We're just looking at some of the old stones that have been preserved. Look at that. The lighting's really good in here, eh? Jeez. Once laid over the warrior's grave in the Abbey church, he carries whelk shell hunting horn at his side. Also look for his long pleated beard. Grave slab, 1400s. This warrior's feet are supported by one of his hunting dogs. His shield depicts a tower. Above it soars a wyvern, a winged creature with the head of a dragon and the body of a serpent. Which is that. Another grave slab. Strapping on his sword, this warrior prepares for battle. However, the sword may only be a symbol. In reality, he probably fought using an axe or a spear. Why? In 1098, the King of Norway, Magnus Barelegs, visited Iona while campaigning in the Hebrides. The story goes that he opened the door of Columba's shrine but was too much in awe to venture inside. Terrified, he ordered the door locked and declared, "None should be so daring thenceforward as to go into that church." Over time, Viking raiders became settlers and much of northern and western Scotland came under Norse control. The Vikings also became Christian, which meant Columba's holy isle was no longer a place to be sacked and pillaged, but a place to be revered. Tradition has it 8 Norwegian kings even chose to be buried here. Grave slab, 900. Intertwining ribbons from the shape of this cross, echoing decoration from fine manuscripts, like the Book of Kells. See this. I wish that monk would shut up. Ranald, son of Somerled, transforms Iona Abbey into a Benedictine monastery. He also establishes a nunnery. The West Highland Warriors. Many of these grave slabs commemorate warriors, members of a professional fighting force who were available to fight anywhere, anytime for anyone. These warriors often landless and unmarried, so these expensive and elaborate memorials are a way for them to leave their mark on the world. Grave slabs are unique in Europe, expressing the world's cultural identity over the Christian beliefs. The McKinnons. How I used to live back in the day, babe. No photographs. The islanders, their dugs. There's the cross still standing there. There's wee moulds for making domed glass studs. Stone beads. Bone pin. You even got seagulls sound effects in here. A mass grave following a Viking slaughter. It's got 4 distinct crosses. The book. Is it the Book of Kells? Ah, it is. This Book of Kells is a replica. To protect it from Viking raids, the original was taken to Kells in Ireland, where it became associated with the monastery there. Scholars used to believe the work had been finished in Ireland. However, it is now accepted that this great gospel book was completed here in Iona. The Book of Kells. In a drafty timber hut on this ancient holy isle, the monks produced some of the finest illuminated manuscripts in Europe. Around 800, they created the greatest ever masterpiece, the Book of Kells. 4 scribes worked for years to create this splendid copy of the 4 Gospels. Right. Let's go and have a look at the Abbey. And here is the Abbey. The Benedictine Abbey. Benedictine monks lived, worked and worshipped at Iona Abbey from about 1200 until the Protestant Reformation in 1560. Much of what we see today dates from their time here, although greatly restored. Did we try and get in this building, bud? Did we try and get in here, eh? Michael Chapel. Satellite chapels sprang up around the Abbey Church and formed part of the pilgrimage route. In 1764, a visitor described with chapels of several different shades on Iona. Built in the 1200s, this little chapel was remodelled in the 1500s and restored in 1961 by the Iona community. Services are sometimes held in the chapel, but if it is not in use, feel free to explore inside. Cool. Small. Job Kekana sculpture. Greeny donor Zimbabwe. Very small, and then just a wee nice. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll give you a wee glimpse in the Abbey as well. Looks like there's a wee guy on top of there. Crowd control. These foundations, for a large extension, began in the 1200s to help manage the flow of pilgrims into the church. The work was never completed. Pilgrims brought wealth to the abbey. In 1428, Abbot Dominic petitioned the Pope to grant a quicker passage through purgatory to all pilgrims who visited Iona on the 9th of June, St. Columba's feast day. Yeah. Oh. Someone's singing in here, babe. I'm going in. Check the plants growing in. These faces. Try to be quiet, guys, because there's a lot of people kicking about here, so I don't want to be too loud. Oh, there's something I never noticed before on the ground. I never noticed this the first time I was in here. It's like a slab. Sometimes the camera can pick it up better than your eyes. See how it's a mixture of red, white and black stain, babe? I think these are interesting as well, these carvings on the top of the stones. How cool are the plants growing in here? I quite like that. I think it adds like a more sense of ruin to it. It's got the fern. I think it's fern. These are original carvings for the pillar. See, look, this was rebuilt and restored, but you can see the original carvings, like the really old stuff. There's the bell. Should I ring the bell? Should I ring the bell? Better not. It is said that a miracle working statue of St. Columba stood in this niche. Only his feet remain, but you can see the saint's outline recreated in contemporary wire form. So they get all this just with these feet. St. Columba's pillow. Columba returned to his lodgings and rested on his bed, where at night instead of straw he had bare rock and stone for a pillow, which today stands as a memorial beside his grave. Around 1870, Crofter Dungal to MacArthur noticed something bumping the wheel of his cart every time he brought a seaweed up from the shore. Eventually he decided to dig it up, discovering the cross marked oval stone you see to your left. People at the time were very excited, believing this could be the stone Columba had used as a pillow, and which later marked his grave. It was secured within an iron cage, and it was known ever since as St. Columba's pillow. However, it is unlikely that this is the real pillow stone. Carved with a ring cross, it is a grave marker probably dating from about 200 years after Columba's death in 597. So you can see there, guys, the cross. See, the camera doesn't do the place any justice. You get really close to like it. Beautiful. Send of Iona, bound for Iona with Comco's blessings. A sculpture comes Cole leaving Ireland for the Scottish shores. Dove of the Church. Scholar, scribe and statesman, Columba was a monk with many talents. In the course of his long life, he established monasteries, penned great works, and most importantly, he was credited with countless miracles. Initially called Crimthin, Columba was born in County Donegal in Ireland around 521. He began his monastic training as a child, taking the name Callum-Kill or Columba in Latin, meaning Dove of the Church. We don't know why he left Ireland. Some say he was banished for involvement in a battle. Others think he left voluntarily to focus on his monastic life. Whichever story you believe, Columba arrived on Iona 563, found in a monastery that would flourish for more than 1,000 years. Did you know there were probably people living here when Columba arrived in 563? Iona has been inhabited since prehistoric times, and tradition has it the island was once occupied by pagan holy men. Well, 30 years after his arrival in Iona, Columba died in the Abbey church. His monks wrapped his body in linen and lowered it to a simple grave. Cool. St. Columba, one who dwelt in this little island on the edge of the ocean. Aye. I never actually seen this part when I first came in. Did you, babe? Aye, but it's awesome to have visited this place, I've got to say. Just try to take it all in. See, one of these was in Glasgow as well. These things. Glasgow Cathedral's got the same thing. Right, people, I think I'm going to end it there. Thanks for joining me in Iona Abbey, and I'll maybe have a wee live stream for the wee hut tonight, guys. So I'll see you later. Cheers.